Welcome to Arabia again, as we commonly find ourselves here, and we have the Viper up against TQ. I'm going to call him TQ. I don't know if that's how it's said. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's not, but we're just going to go with TQ. Viper playing as the Britons, one of his signature civilizations here on Arabia in the blue, in the west of the map. And in the east of the map, we have TQ playing as the Sicilians. Now, the Sicilians, a great civilization. Is TQ already pushing in deer? That's aggressive push. Okay. Interesting. Haven't seen that done so aggressively in quite a while. The Sicilians are a civilization that they can be really good if they get an advantage, because they take less bonus damage. It's been reduced, I think, down to about 33% less bonus damage from the opponents. So that allows the Sicilians to have a very strong advantageous position. Like, if they get ahead, it's hard to come back because you go to counter units. Well, counter units don't really do it for you. 2Q pushing in deer very aggressively, probably looking at a very quick uptime, if I would have to guess. Viper playing a bit more standard. He's got 3 on wood with a very nice back wood line, pulling in his his first boar now. His berries are forward as well as his gold mine, but he's got a pretty wallable base, I have to say. Little bit bad here on the back, but you know, that's where you want the bad walls to be, on the back side of your base, not in the front. He's still scouting around looking for his last couple sheep. Hasn't found them yet, the Viper. And TQ bringing in a boar now. After he's pushed in 2 of his deer, he went around and picked up his sheep. Yeah, I think he's picked up all of his sheep. Now sending them in. Probably gonna be heading out. What is he heading out here for? Interesting. Okay, already dropping some walls down as TQ. So we're definitely getting to see a little bit of a different playstyle here from TQ than we see from the other top players mimicking each other all the time. That was a new one. I've never stuttered on mimicking before. Mimicking. That's a new one. And I apologize if you felt like I was making fun of people, in that I was only making fun of myself. I wouldn't say that I stutter, but at the same time, I do stumble over my words quite often when I'm not paying attention. Words like mimicking, words that have repeated syllables, I tend to stumble over. So, I don't know. So I was only making fun of myself. Apologies for anyone who felt otherwise. See, the Viper has now made it over to TQ's base. Gonna be scouting him out. TQ also heading out to scout the Viper. Viper 5 on the berries. No, 4 on the berries and dropping a barracks. We're probably gonna see some men-at-arms, I guess. I would guess men-at-arms. Normally the drushes, I believe, are coming out before the mill these days, so men-at-arms. Well, Viper has collected 10 gold. I take it back. Viper's collected 10 gold. Probably going to be a drush. But TQ, going to be on the way up to the next age very quickly here. A 20 pop-up. Not that quickly. I mean, about as quickly as you can reasonably expect to do it with a civ with no, like, eco bonus in the Dark Age. This, sheep might end up being lost. Nope. Just gonna hang out there. TQ, not gonna steal it. Viper takes back. No more walls. Just a couple of houses were added there for TQ. Nothing else since. And TQ well on the way up. He's gonna be dropping a barracks with this villager. Yep. And militia not coming out. It's gonna be men-at-arms. Okay, that makes more sense. He collected the 10 gold like it was gonna be militia. He built the barracks and then he didn't make them. Drush into archers is a very common strategy with the Britons, but that's not what we're seeing right here. I think we're seeing men-at-arms into archers, or no, No, we're not seeing anything. I think Viper was just getting ready to make a defensive drush. I think we're seeing straight archers out of Viper. TQ, Sicilian's probably going into scouts here. Could do archers. Their archer plays very strong if they get an advantage, but since there's nobody on gold, it has to be scouts for TQ. Yep, stable coming down, so we don't get to see this very often either. Scouts at a high level on Arabia, really just not as common as archers. It's coming back into the meta. It goes in and out. The meta shifts with the balance changes, which the devs are doing a great job. Really got to say that. You know, we might have some things that we don't love about what the devs are doing, but we got to admit it's better than it's ever been, and it keeps getting better. So, very cool stuff. Viper wisely adding a spearman. He could probably add 5 or 6 of those with his base being so wide open. And as we know, Viper doesn't love to wall up his base. He prefers to play open, and his walls are not down. Oh no, Viper. Was that supposed to be a house? Yeah, it was supposed to be a house. Definitely was supposed to be a house. Okay. Looks like he went and dropped a mill and accidentally clicked house. We'll see. That had supposed to be a house because he would have got housed otherwise. Ooh, the spearman went forward to harass the enemy, and Viper has got his archers on the way out. Not making any more spearmen. He does have 2 of them. Small walls are up for TQ as he then adds the big walls as well. Nobody on gold just yet for TQ. Not going to be getting a villager kill. And Sicilian scouts are a lot better against spears than most scouts, but even still, one of them goes down. Viper dropping the big walls. Nothing here on the front of his base. I would love to see a spearman just patrolling right there. And yeah, this looks like now it was a misclick. Does he really want to gather them all the way back? Viper loves to go out and drop a mill on his deer, and I do. I like that strategy as well from Viper. Something I try to pick up from him is that just extra efficiency. Okay, the villager is going to get away inside. Oh, there is a hole. Oh no, there's a hole, TQ. You don't want to see that. But Viper, walking underneath the town center, drops an archer almost 2. And that's not what you wanted to see either. These walls are pretty well completed. Archers gonna be at risk. Definitely at risk. Gotta gather the archers together behind the spearmen. And yes, Viper does so very well. But he's gonna get sandwiched. Hides in the choke point. That's a great place to hide. Villagers coming out to try to make this wall up happen. Scouts are here on both sides. Viper probably going to be getting cleaned up here, but taking the most efficient fight possible. Dropping a few scouts in the process. The walls should be added now. And TQ doesn't really want to deal with that now that he has it walled up, he feels. Yeah, it looks like it is walled up. Just why deal with that? But Viper keeping the pressure on TQ and also still walking very far and not walled up on this right-hand side of his base or the front side of his base. You could wall that up, Viper. And he went off of gold. Now he's going back on gold. Interesting. So just trying to measure the amount of gold he needs perfectly. And that wasn't walled. And here come the spearmen right back in the same hole. The villager tries to quick wall. Looks like TQ is a very quick player. Be interested to see his APM afterward because I've never heard of this player before. Scouts can't fight off the spearmen, but the spearmen really don't do a whole lot to the villagers. Well, they're certainly annoying, that's for sure. And another scout goes down. Viper is really putting on a show here. Has switched into scouts himself. In they come. TQ's not going to be loving his life here at this moment. And calls the GG! Wow. Wow, you just don't want to have a hole. That's the moral of the story. Check for holes in your walls on Age of Empires, guys. That comes down to there was a hole in the wall. That's it. The walls were all built. The scout aggression was out for TQ. Now, he didn't go forward. He should have gone forward with those scouts. Tried to get the spearmen back home. Tried to keep the archers at home. Keep Viper at home. He had the aggression timing, and he didn't use it. I felt like he was pretty walled up behind that hole with small walls to the town center. So I don't think it actually mattered that much, but Viper made it matter. If you look at the military, economy, and technology, all in favor of Viper. Units, KD was even. Viper had a better army high, and he had 7-0 military at the end of that game. That's probably why TQ called the GG. he was going to head up to the Castle Age, and instead he was just dead. Economy, Viper collected just a bit more, 400 more resources with the gold mostly. Everything else about the same. Technology, very similar. TQ did get a much faster timing, actually, but didn't turn that into an advantage like you need to with that fast timing. Society stats, Viper had one more villager at the end of the game. Neither person had lost a villager. And APM, like I said, TQ, fast player for sure, had an average APM in that game of 80, 79, Viper only 67. And you can see, as the players are going between ages, your APM just kind of stalls out a bit. I would say that's probably here, because what are you supposed to be doing? And then it spikes back up, and you can see both players very quick throughout this section of the game. TQ all the way up to 120 here. So, yeah, very quick player. Interested to see more of this guy's gameplay, but that, yeah, Viper's pretty good. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, drop a like. If you want to see some more, subscribe. If not, that's all right. We'll catch you in the next one. See ya!